Welcome to Across the Globe. Today we will learn about iterators and iterables. Iterators and iterables are key concepts in Python for iterating over a sequence of elements. Iterators are objects that permit traversing a sequence item by item. On the other hand, iterables are objects over which iteration can be performed. It is vital to note that every iterator is an iterable, but the reverse is not always true. For instance, a list is an iterable as it can be iterated over using a for loop, but it is not an iterator. In contrast, the iter function can convert an iterable, like a list, into an iterator. Iterators in Python contain two key methods, iter and next. The iter method yields the iterator object, while next returns the subsequent element in the sequence. Upon completing iteration over all elements, the iterator triggers a StopIteration exception. For instance, when looping through a list using an iterator, invoking the next method after the last element will raise a StopIteration exception. Iterables in Python are objects that implement the iter method, which yields an iterator object. Common examples of iterables in Python are lists, tuples, dictionaries, and strings. These iterables can be utilized in for loops and functions that require a sequence of elements. This characteristic allows for efficient and versatile handling of data structures within Python scripts and applications, enhancing their readability and functionality. When iterating over a list using an iterator, you can use the iter function to create an iterator object from the list. By using the next function on the iterator, you can retrieve each element of the list sequentially. In the provided example, the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is iterated using an iterator. The first two elements are accessed and printed, resulting in an output of 1, 2. Iterating over a string involves creating an iterator from the string and then utilizing the next function to sequentially access each element in the string. In the given example, a string hello is created. An iterator myIterator is generated from this string using the iter function, and then the next function is used to print each character from the iterator. Initially, the first call to next myIterator will return h, as it points to the first character in the string. Subsequently, the second call to next myIterator will output e, which represents the following character in the string. This technique is valuable for processing individual elements in a string one at a time, allowing for effective handling of text-based data. An iterator is like a tour guide that takes you through each room of a museum. The museum itself is the iterable, containing all the rooms, elements that the tour guide can show you. The tour guide, iterator, knows the current location, element, and can move to the next one as you walk through the museum. Iterate over the iterable. Once the tour guide has shown you all the rooms in the museum, iterated over all elements, the tour is complete. Hey, code conquerors! Ready to level up? With TechLearn ATG, showcase your skills with official course certificates. Just visit our site and start. Need that extra boost? Get tailored learning, 24/7 support, and expert guidance. Coding smarter, growing faster, and making learning fun. Go to our website across the globe, www.atg.world. The code encapsulates a museum class designed as an iterable, containing a collection of different rooms within a museum. Upon initialization, the museum class stores the rooms within the museum. The iter method resets the iterator to the first room, while the next method progresses through the rooms one by one until the end of the list is reached. The iter function is employed to generate an iterator object, which is used by the tour guide to traverse through each room within the museum. The simulation commences with a welcome message to the museum visitor. The tour guide guides the visitor through each room, displaying the current room in sequential order. During the tour, the visitor progresses through each room until all rooms in the museum have been visited. The termination of the tour is signified by catching the StopIteration exception, prompting a concluding message expressing gratitude for the visitor's attendance and participation in the museum tour. This setup harnesses the power of iterators and iterables in Python to construct a systematic and structured method for traversing elements within the museum, providing a guided tour experience to visitors through each room in the museum. For a real-world application, this code structure could be utilized in museum management systems to automate guided tours for visitors, ensuring each room is visited in a systematic manner while providing information about each exhibit along the way. This automation contributes to a structured and informative visit experience for museum patrons. One real-world example of using iterators and iterables is in data processing pipelines. For instance, in a data engineering project where a large data set needs to be processed in chunks, iterators can be used to read the data incrementally, section by section, without loading the entire dataset into memory at once. This incremental processing helps in handling big data efficiently and avoids memory overflow issues. Another industrial application of iterators and iterables can be found in web scraping tools. When scraping websites for data, iterators can be used to navigate through the web pages and extract the desired information systematically. By iterating over the elements of a web page or a series of web pages, the scraper can collect data in a structured manner and handle the data extraction process more effectively. In conclusion, iterators and iterables are versatile tools that can enhance the efficiency and scalability of various industrial applications, ranging from data processing pipelines to web scraping mechanisms. By leveraging these programming constructs, developers can build robust solutions that handle complex tasks seamlessly. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next video.